Many of us have wondered, how do I prepare for a DJ set? Is there a checklist of things I need to prepare or a formulaic method that other DJs follow? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 4 tips on preparing a DJ set for any occasion. So whether it's a wedding, a club night, a corporate event, or even a private house party, these are the moments where your preparation truly matters. Because when you nail the flow, read the crowd right, and deliver the perfect vibe, that's how you turn a one-time gig into a repeat booking. The first and most important way to prepare for any DJ set is by listening to your music. And I don't mean just casually listening. I'm talking about analyzing your tracks, how they sound, their energy, their structure, their feel, and more. Every song in your library will differ in some way. Some are mastered differently. Some follow different structures. Others carry different energy levels, so they won't hit the dance floor the same way. All of this contributes to the overall impact of a track. When preparing for a DJ set, you'll want to choose songs that have the maximum impact on your audience to keep the groove going. So, while listening, first ask yourself, do I really like this song? Does it make me, the DJ playing it, want to dance? Does it have the right energy for the club I'm performing at? If the answer is yes, add it to your set list. Next, consider how the track was mastered. Different genres are mastered in different ways. Some emphasize loud, punchy bass, others highlight vocals. Sometimes even rough demos with little to no mastering become viral hits. All of this affects how your music reaches the crowd. With many songs, especially in open format sets, you'll find yourself adjusting the EQ. Some tracks may need their highs or lows tweaked to match the previous track. Others might not need any EQing at all because they're already mastered perfectly for the dance floor. Finally, there's volume. While many modern tracks are mastered at similar levels, this isn't always true for older music. So you'll need to pay attention to how one song transitions into the next, because if the following track is too quiet, you could unintentionally kill the vibe. Now this is where a little hack comes in. While mentally and orally analyzing your tracks is perfectly okay, analyzing them in your DJ software unlocks more information about your library. Not only will your software automatically equalize your song's volumes, but it'll also give you information like key, energy, BPM, and more. This will all come in handy down the line, especially if you like mixing in key or need help finding another song in your current BPM range. All in all, it's always good to understand your music inside out. As a DJ, you're the best authority to say whether or not a track works for you and will work for the crowd. So learning all the ins and outs of your music will definitely help pick out your songs for the night. However, even if you have your ammunition, firing it off at the wrong target will leave you with a bunch of misses. This brings us to our next tip in preparing sets: thinking about your genres. Generally, Christmas parties, corporate gigs, and year-end bashes have one thing in common. Everyone wants to dance and sing along to their favorite songs that they actually know. This is why you've got to think about the genres you're going to play. You're going to want to connect with everyone in the crowd to keep them entertained for the entirety of your set. Here's where you bring your flavor into the mix. Does the crowd you're playing for lean towards electronic music? Or are the crowds more induced towards hip-hop? Will they enjoy top 40 pop hits or underground genres? You can start building your set from questions like this. Now, it's important to keep in mind that holiday party crowds will lean towards the biggest pop hits from all decades and most popular viral dance songs. So it'll be a good idea to keep a good selection of those in your library. After all, most of these guys don't go to clubs and bars, so they might only know the biggest tracks around. Now, these tend to differ from region to region, so make sure you know your local musical landscape well. Once you've chosen the hardest hitting songs from the genres for the night, that's when you should start thinking of how to get from one genre to the other. You see, many different genres tend to stick to different BPM ranges. Most EDM and house songs tend to float around the 120 BPM range, while hip-hop usually settles in the 70 or 90 BPM range. Now, getting from 128 to 90 might be a massive stretch if you're trying to do this via traditional mixing. However, with techniques like baby scratching, drop mixing, and vinyl break application, you have an entire spectrum of ways to transition from one genre to the other without even needing to beat match. You can even find transition edits like this on BPM Supreme.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want.
To add to the holiday spirit, you can even add some Christmas songs and New Year's countdown edits to your set. BPM Supreme has a dedicated holiday section for remixes of tracks for different holidays. Here you'll find remixes of tracks for Christmas, New Year's Eve, Halloween, and many more. Adding a few Christmas tracks into your set will help keep the holiday spirit in check for Christmas parties. New Year countdown edits, which have a built-in countdown in them, also help when you're on duty for the New Year turnover. And there's nothing like counting down the coming of a brand new year with your crowd. Here's a pro tip. Audiences aren't going to want the same steady tempo all night long. Having a 3-hour set at 125 BPM probably won't bore them to death, but it won't excite them either. So even if you're not crossing genres, it's a good idea to switch up the tempo once in a while just so your set doesn't get stale. So now that you know what songs and genres you're going to play, the next thing to tackle is how you're going to actually play them. Use your equipment. See what features and functions you can utilize to make your mixes more special. Different controllers, mixers, and even CDJs will have different functions. What you can do on one might not be doable on the other. So with that in mind, you'll need to have a look at what you can do with your own gear. Can you make use of samples? Can you apply stems to your tracks? All of these questions should be answered by having a quick look at your gear. Personally though, I'd focus on giving your audience the best night of their lives with solid smooth blends and great song selection. Given the nature of holiday parties, no one is really going to care about the tricks and techniques. All they'll want to hear is a well-mixed set with the songs that actually get them pumped up. And all that can be done using any DJ gear you'll come across. Now that you're familiar with your music, your genres, and your gear, the next tip will make so much sense. Just keep mixing. Spend hours just mixing and playing with music. You will find new ways of doing mixes and discover creative ways to stitch songs together. The moment most of us touched our first jog wheel, we'd instantly start mixing every song we could find. 2 songs became 4 songs became a 30-minute set, and a 30-minute set would extend to multiple hours. This habit of mixing for fun gives us 2 great results. 1. A lot of practice. And 2. New creative ways of transitioning from one song to another. While learning the most about your songs, studying your gear and genres, and generally familiarizing yourself with your venue are great preparation tactics, nothing beats actually mixing. The sum of all these parts combined will truly prepare you for your set. Religiously practicing mixing will give you hours and hours of practice to the point where you'll know where and how to mix all your songs by heart. Doing this also tends to give you ideas for great power combos for songs. And power combos are sequences of songs that not just drive the audience wild, but also sound great together. This could be because they're in key, have incidental wordplay, or a slew of other reasons, like they just simply vibe together. This is also a great training ground for encountering creative ways of transitioning. While mixing, you can try utilizing stems, loops, beat slicer, and other features just to see how they work for your style of mixing. And if you make any mistakes along the way, at least it's happening in the comfort of your own space and not in front of a crowd. And that's how you learn what works, what doesn't, and how to level up your mixing game. And there we go. I hope these tips help you prepare for your sets moving forward. Now, if you really want to level up your DJ skills even further, make sure to check out this video next.